Since I was a kid, I've been legit. If I was you, I would cut up my wrist. Exotic all over her body. Oh, she just swallowed all and I don't mind.
Hey guys, this is my first video on my account, and today we'll be ranking all the coasters that I have ridden. I am a new coaster enthusiast, and I would love to share all the roller coasters I have ridden with y'all. So, hope you enjoy. But the number 31 and the number 30 is Coco Cruiser and Woodstock Express. The reason why I'm putting these two together is because they're the same ride. It's built by Zamperla. It has a tiny curve drop, then into a helix, into a turn, and then that's literally the end. So in the 29th spot is our next coaster named Wild Wizard. And this ride is one of those basic spinning rides you see at carnivals or small parks. And this thing goes 45 miles per hour, believe it or not. And it's located in Morris Pier. And it's just a spin coaster. It's really nothing special. So, on to the next one. But at the number 28 spot, we have Joust. And this stands at the height of 16.1 feet. And the speed, we don't know. It's unknown. But on my experience, this is a very unique layout of the kids ride. A bit janky, but I would expect that on most chance rides coasters. So that's all I gotta say. Very janky, but yeah. But on to the number 27 spot, we have the Great Pumpkin Coaster at King's Dominion. I have a fond memory, and the reason why it's above the other ones is because I have a fond memory that the airtime was just crazy. It might not look like it, but like I had a memory that it was very pop you out of your seat. And the big pumpkin helps it a lot. So that's why it's above those three coasters. So, with that, the number 26 coaster is Grover's Alpine Express at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. And this coaster is 24 feet high, and it goes 26 miles per hour. And the length is 600 feet. So it goes into a helix, slow helix, and then it rises up into a straight track, does another turn, and then back to the station. But for my experience, I think it's a pretty chill family coaster. I think it's good for the family. So the number 25th coaster is Harley Quinn Crazy Train, and it has a height of 26 feet high and 22 miles per hour. And the reason why I like this ride more than the other one, even though that one, Grover's Alpine Express, goes faster, is because this layout is better and it's more diverse. You have sharp turns, you have helixes, and those long trains. You don't start going until the back car goes down. It's so weird. But the number 24th coaster is Slime Streak. And this ride is pretty cool, but the only reason I put it over is the pure speed, and the drop is pretty nice. It goes 37 miles per hour, and you can kind of feel that over the other coasters. So I'll say that's why this coaster is over it. It swoops down, up, you go real high, and you can see, but you almost touch the ceiling, but just the atmosphere of it, you going around all these rides, it's just cool. But the number 23rd coaster on this list is Runaway Tram, and this ride is 28 miles per hour, and 36 feet tall. And the reason why I like this ride more than the other rides on this list, it's just like the kick and the pacing is like very good. And this recording right here, it's running a little slower than even I remember. So that's why. But the number 22nd coaster I have on this list is Vapor Trail. And oh boy, this ride is for the strong, okay, because this is not a kid's coaster. How? Okay, speed 27 miles per hour. The height is 43 feet. But I grade out on this. And that's pretty interesting for a kid's ride. But the number 21 coaster on this list is Trailblazer. And don't we all love some aerojet? But this ride is 45 miles per hour, consists of mostly helixes and janky turns. And height is 52 feet, and then that mid-course brake stops you very hard. But yeah, bunch of straight track. This is a boring mine train coaster. I'm sorry, Trailblazer fans. But the number 20 coaster is Runaway Mine Train at Six Flags Great Adventure. And this ride is a bit of a rough and fun ride. So this goes 38 miles per hour. How high it gets is 65 feet, and the length is 2,428. And this is a very fun ride. The airtime hill and you just going over the lake is just a scenic ride. But the only reason I'm putting this over Trailblazer is just a better ride overall. It has crazy moments while Trailblazer is just boring. In my opinion, no hate. But it has the airtime hill, the helix moment, and then yeah. So number 19th coaster is Merlin Mayhem. And I've never been on a Vekoma one, but this one has a little rattle. But the top speed is 38 miles per hour, the height is 60 feet, and the length is 1,300 feet. But this ride is a little scenic. It really doesn't do much. The only thing that does something is the helix that's showing right now, and then it dips into the tunnel with smoke. But I do like the overall theming. But the number 18th coaster is Kingdom Coaster. And this coaster used to be named Sky Princess, but they changed it the 2002 season. Don't quote me on that. But the speed is 40 miles per hour. The length is 2,200 feet. And the only reason I put this over Merlin's Mayhem is because it pulls more forces than it. That's literally it. But as you can see with that bland thing warehouse they put in the middle of it, it does not look good. But for the number 17 coaster, we have Skull Mountain. And this ride goes 33 miles per hour. The height is 40 feet. And they really ruined this ride with the dance party. But without it, it was still meh, because you just slithered around. And the only reason it's this high is because the first drop in the Bex, yes, it's that good. Try it out. But yeah, but the number 16 on this list is Dark Knight. And this ride goes 30 miles per hour. And the ride is 1,213 feet. And the only reason I put this over the other rides is because the pure fun and insanity I had. It's not like a regular Wild Mouse. It just feels more risky, and like it's something about it. It's like it's indoors and the cars are different. But the number 15 coaster is the Joker. And the top speed is 38 miles per hour and the height is 120 feet. And the only reason, just like I said for the other one, is just the experience, how much flips I got. It was so crazy. And people say they don't like these, and I get it. The vest restraints are tight, and then they're plasticky, so it's kind of weird. But yeah, it's just all the experience. But the number 14 coaster is Shredder, and this is a long ride with a max speed of 36 miles per hour, and the height is 85 feet. And I love this coaster more than any other spinning coaster just because the near misses with the other coaster, TNMT Shell Raiser, and it's just so cool. But also, this ride is pretty just fun in general. We rode this about 5 times and it was pretty fun. But the number 13 coaster is Super Duper Looper at Hershey Park. And I have a fond memory. When I went on a loop, it snapped my head forward. I wasn't ready. But the stats are 45 miles per hour, 57 feet, and a ride length of 2,614 feet. This ride, besides the loop, does a lot of wandering around, as you can see in the tunnel. It's like a lot of turns in this, and the helix at the end is fun too. So, the number 12 spot is Comet at Hershey Park. And this ride, from my experience, was kind of scary, but I was like littler. But I do remember this was a fun ride, and it was very smooth, like smoother than Wildcat, the old one, not the RMC, old one. And that says something, even though this is older. But the stats are the max speed is 50 miles per hour, the ride height is 96 feet, the ride length is 3,360 feet. The number 11 spot goes to Invader, our first actually somewhat thrill coaster on this list, in my opinion. But this ride goes 48 miles per hour, 74 feet tall drop, but it's actually 60 feet. But for this ride, I find this ride very good. For a GCI, it's not the typical like a straight drop on a GCI is kind of weird. But the number 10th spot is Lightning Racer, both sides. So this ride is pretty fun and relaxing. With a height of 92 feet or 28 meters, the first drop is 90 feet. The track length is 3,393. The top speed is 51 miles per hour. And this wooden coaster is holding up great. It's not as smooth as Comet, but it's definitely smoother than old Wildcat. But the number 9 coaster is Green Lantern, our first intense steel coaster on the list, with a height of 154 feet, a drop of 144 feet, and a length of 4,155 feet, with a top speed of 63 miles per hour. Made by B&M, this ride is just underrated in so many ways. Yes, it hurts. Yes, the drop is not steep, but I don't care. The airtime moment after the brake run is nice. The forces are great. Everything. But the number 8th ride is Loch Ness Monster. And this ride is really fun. But it's very long. It's very long. With the height of 130 feet, first drop of 114.2 feet, maximum speed of 60 miles per hour, track length of 3,240. And I remember loving this ride. Like, I will ride this 6 times every time I go to Busch Gardens, and the loop hits hard. The only thing I don't like, which they fixed, is the jerkiness out of the tunnel. Very weird. But the tunnel's cool with the nice effects. But the number 7 coaster is Batman the Ride at Six Flags Great Adventure. This is still inverted roller coaster by B&M. And the height is about 105 feet. The drop around 87 feet. Track length of 2,693 feet. And the top speed is 50 miles an hour. And when I went on this ride, every single loop, corkscrew, flip, snapped me to the other side of my seat. It was so fun but intense. The number 6 ride is Verbolten. And this ride has a track length of 2,835 feet, height and drop, max drop of 80 feet. The top speed is 53 miles per hour. Spoiler alert, skip to this for no more spoilers. This ride is so fun with the drop track and the drop off of the bridge. Oh my gosh. So fun. But it's a little bumpy and rough at the end. So yeah. The number 5 coaster is Jersey Devil, and I love this ride. With a height of 130 feet, the drop of 122 feet, the top speed is 58 miles per hour, the length is 3,000 feet, and the ride duration is 2 minutes. And I love how you're right next to the lake, so when you're dropping down, you see the lake. It's so fun. And people say they don't like this ride because how slow it goes sometimes, but I like how graceful and slow you go through the stall. And it's fun. But the number 4 coaster is TMNT Shellraiser. This is a steel launch coaster, Gerstlauer Eurofighter, with a height of 141 feet at its max peak, drop of 138 feet, max speed of 62 miles per hour, and inversion 7 miles per hour, and a track length about 2,263 feet. I love this ride because how fun it is, but also it's very rough in a certain patch. But besides that, this ride is excellent, phenomenal. Wish it had more theming though, because you're just in a plastic box with coasters all around. But number 3 coaster is Wildcats Revenge, and it's a steel wood hybrid coaster, RMC iBox track, Rocky Mountain construction, with a height of 140 feet, first drop of 130 feet, top speed of 62 miles per hour, track length of 3,510 feet, and a ride duration of 2 minutes and 36 seconds. And this ride is my first RMC, and since I'm a new enthusiast, and I love it. I want to have more RMCs, and this is so fun. You fly out of your seat every moment, it feels like. And when you're not getting flung out, you're getting positives. But the number 3 coaster is Nitro, Six Flags Great Adventure. This is a steel hyper coaster by B&M, height of 230 feet, first drop of 215 feet, top speed of 80 miles an hour, track length of 5,394 feet, and a ride duration of 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Now this ride is so fantastic. I don't know if this is my first B&M roller coaster, but all I remember is this, it's gonna be fast, but when I went on this, the graceful airtime, and people argue about my number 1 and say this is better, but I don't know about that. Because the number one's crazy. But just everything in the final bunny hops got me out of control. But here's a picture of me on it. But the number one is El Toro. And what can I say? This ride is just everything, bread and butter. With a height of 180 feet, first drop of 176 feet, track length of 4,400 feet, top speed of 70 miles an hour, and a ride duration of about 1 minute and 42 seconds. What can I say? This ride just throws you out of your seat, and the hills make that sound. It's so amusing, and the twister section, the first drop is amazing. I got whipped, yanked. I was in the back car, got yanked out of my seat, and it was really fun. But thank you again, guys, for watching my first video, and I will be posting more in a span of a few days or even a couple weeks, because these videos are hard to produce. So yeah, and with that said, bye bye.
So tired.